So today's video is about plotting points on the coordinate plane. So we have worked with both horizontal and vertical number lines, and we're going to be basically using both vertical and horizontal number lines when we're trying to plot points. So an example would be just a regular number line, and a vertical example would be like a thermometer. So when a vertical number line and a horizontal number line intersect at right angles and at the point 0 on each line, they form axes on a coordinate plane. And if you'll notice here, both of the horizontal and the vertical number lines, they're intersecting each other at 0. And this point is called the origin. So the point where the two number lines intersect each other is called the origin, and the origin is located at 0, 0. So the horizontal axis, we can label that as X, and then the vertical axis, we label that as Y. So the axes divide the coordinate plane into 4 sections, and we call those sections quadrants. So we start here. So this section here, with everything being positive, the Y and the X, is quadrant 1. And usually you'll see that in Roman numeral form. Then this quadrant here is quadrant 2. And when we count the quadrants, we start here at 1 and then we count counterclockwise. So here's quadrant 2, and in quadrant 2, the X is negative, the Y is positive. Then down here we have quadrant 3. Quadrant 3, both the X and the Y are negative numbers. And then here we have quadrant 4, and in quadrant 4, the X is positive and the Y coordinate is negative. So to locate a point on our coordinate plane, we have to use what's called an ordered pair. And it's called an ordered pair because the order in which the pair of numbers is written is actually very important. The first coordinate is the X coordinate, and that coordinate tells you how the point moves from left to right. And then the second coordinate is the Y coordinate, and that's very important. It also tells you how the point moves, but it tells you how the point moves up and down. So the X coordinate always comes first, the Y coordinate always comes second. And if you think about it, it's basically in the same order as the alphabet. In the alphabet, X comes before Y. So when you're doing an ordered pair, X comes before Y, and the X coordinate is left and right, the Y coordinate is up and down. So how can we locate a point on the coordinate plane by using the ordered pair? So if we look here, this is our ordered pair, and our ordered pair tells us that we're going to move positive 3 in the X direction and then positive 1 in the Y direction. So when you start counting, you always start at the origin, which is 0, 0, so that point where the X and the Y, where they meet. And then the first thing we're going to do is we're going to move left or right. We're going to move in the X direction because remember our X coordinate comes first. So because it's a positive 3, we're going to move 3 units to the right. So if you see here, we're moving 3 units to the right. Then the Y coordinate is a positive 1, and that tells us that we're going to move 1 unit up. So if we go 3 units to the right and 1 unit up, we find that this point is located at positive 3, positive 1. And so the ordered pair is 3, 1. So if an X coordinate is positive, you move to the right of the origin, and if an X coordinate is negative, you move to the left of the origin. If a Y coordinate is positive, you move up from the origin, and if a Y coordinate is negative, you move down from the origin. So let's plot some points. So our first point, point A, we want to plot this at 3, 0. So the first thing we're going to do is we're always going to start at the origin. So we're going to start here at 0, 0. And the 3 is our X coordinate. So it's telling us that we're going to first move 3 units to the right. So we're going to move 1, 2, 3 units to the right. And then it says that we're going to move 0 units in the Y. That means we're not going to move up or down at all. So that means this point is actually going to be here, right here on the line. So then the next point we want to plot is point B. And point B is at negative 2, 4. That means it's going negative 2 in the X direction, and then it's going to go 4, positive 4 in the Y direction. Again, we start at the origin. We're going to go negative 2. So this time, because it's negative, we're going to move to the left. So we're going to go 1, and then negative 2. And then we're going positive 4 in the Y. That means we have to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, which means that point is going to land here. So then our next point, point C, we want to know where that's going to be, and that's at -6, -2. So this means that we're going to go -6 in the x direction, so we're going to go over -6, and we always start from the origin, so we're going -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -6, and then it says our y coordinate is -2. So that means this time, because y is negative, instead of going up, we're going to go down. So we're going to go down -1, -2. So that point is located right here. And then our last point is point D, and point D is located at 0, -4. So it means that from the origin, we're going to go 0, x, or y. That means we're not going to move to the left or the right. We're going to stay right here on the line. And then it says we're going to go -4 in the y. Because it's negative, that means we're going to go down. So that means we're going to go down -1, -2, -3, -4. So point D will land right here on the line. And if you'll notice, point B is in quadrant 2, point C is in quadrant 3, and then point A is actually not in a quadrant, it's actually on the x-axis, and then point D is no longer in a quadrant, it's actually on the y-axis. So in addition to being able to plot points, you also need to be able to locate where points are if it's already on the coordinate plane. So we're going to look at each one of these letters, and we're going to look and figure out where is the location of that point, meaning what is the ordered pair, what's the x and the y coordinate. So if we start here with this first point, letter O is actually right in the middle of x and y, where x and y meet. That means that letter O is at the origin, and again we said the origin is located at 0, 0. So let's go to our next letter. So let's figure out where's letter P at. So if we look at letter P, if we first figure out how far does it go left or right from the origin. So we see that it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the right. So that means our x coordinate has to be 5. And then we want to see how far up or down it goes. Well, if we look, it doesn't go up or down. So that means the ordered pair for letter P is 5, 0. So let's come up here and look and figure out where is letter H at. Well, if we look at this point, letter H is located 4 away from the x. So that means we went over 1, 2, 3, 4. And after we went over 4, we had to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means the ordered pair for point H is +4, +4. Then we want to see where is letter K at. So the first thing we want to see is how far we had to go left or right. But if you look, it's actually on the line. So that means we didn't move left or right. So this is 0 in the x direction. But then the point did move up. It moved up 1, 2, 3. So that means point K, its ordered pair is 0, 3. So now we want to come over here and look at letter G. We want to know where is G located at. So again, we're going to start from the origin, and we see that letter G, we had to go -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. We had to go -6. So we had to go back 6, or to the left 6, and then we had to go up 1, 2, 3. So our x coordinate is -3, and our y coordinate is, -6, and our y coordinate is +3. So the ordered pair for letter G is -6, 3. So then we want to come down here and figure out, well, where is letter J located? So again, we want to see how far left or right did we have to go. And we see that we had to go 1 to the left, so we're at -1. And then we had to go down 1, 2. So the ordered pair for J would be -1, -2. And then our last point, N. We want to know where is N located at. So the first thing we see is how far left or right did we have to go. So we had to go 1, 2, 3 to the right, so we're at +3, and then we had to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, so we're at -4. So we had to go to the right 3 and down 4. So that means our ordered pair will be 3, -4. And just keep in mind, when you are finding the coordinates of each point, the x coordinate has to come first, then the y coordinate. So now you're going to try some on your own. If you look in your packet, if you go to the next page, there are 2 sets of problems for you to do on your own. If you need to watch the video again to help you out, go ahead and do so.